The worst advice I ever received came from someone who genuinely loved me, and I followed it for 11 years before I realized what it had cost me. My aunt, a woman I adored, told me when I was 32 to stop chasing the thing I wanted and be grateful for what I had. She wasn't wrong to love me. She wasn't wrong to worry. But she was wrong, because be grateful for what you have can mean two completely different things. It can mean appreciate the good in your life, or it can mean stop wanting more than you were given. She meant the second one, and I listened. I quieted the want. I called it maturity. I called it wisdom. I called it growing up. It was none of those things. It was surrender disguised as acceptance. There is a difference, a crucial, life-altering difference between gratitude and settling. You can be deeply grateful for everything you have and still burn for more. Those two things are not in conflict. The people who told you to want less, they were protecting themselves from the discomfort of watching. Follow me. I spent too long learning this. You don't have to. You want more, chase it. You are allowed. My neighbor is 90. She lives alone. I assumed she was lonely. I was completely wrong, and what she told me changed how I see everything. I knocked on her door one afternoon to check on her, brought soup, did the thing you do when you assume someone is suffering. She answered in a silk robe with a book in her hand and jazz playing inside and looked at me like I was the one who needed checking on. She invited me in. I finally asked, "Aren't you lonely?" She thought about it. Then she said, "Lonely means you want company you can't have. I have very good company. I just happen to be her." I looked at her apartment. Every surface had something she loved on it. Photos, books with broken spines, a half-finished painting, reading glasses on 3 different tables. She had built an entire life inside her own presence. She didn't need people to fill the quiet. She'd made the quiet somewhere she actually wanted to be. Most of us have never learned to enjoy our own company. We fill the silence with noise because the silence tells us things we don't want to hear. Learn to like being with yourself. Follow me. She taught me more in one afternoon than most people have in a lifetime, because you are the one person you will never, ever be able to leave. I have never once in 89 years done the important thing at the moment I felt ready, and I think that might be the whole point. Ready is a feeling that comes after, not before. You don't feel ready before you have the hard conversation. You feel relieved after. You don't feel ready before you start the new thing. You feel capable after. You don't feel ready before you leave what isn't working. You feel free after. Ready is the reward for doing it scared. It is not the green light to begin. I've watched so many women, brilliant, capable, worthy women, wait at the starting line of their own lives because they were waiting to feel ready. The business, the move, the goodbye, the hello, the creative thing they kept in a drawer, all waiting for a feeling that only comes by doing. If you're waiting to feel ready, I want you to hear this. That feeling is not coming first. It never comes first. Follow me. Every day I share something that might be the push you need. Go anyway. The readiness will meet you on the other side. I make a point of asking every person I meet over 80 the same question, and in 15 years of asking, the answers have been almost identical. I ask, what do you know now that you wish you'd known at 40? I've asked nurses and farmers and retired teachers and great-grandmothers sitting outside in folding chairs. Almost every single answer, across 15 years of asking, has said the same thing in different words. They wished they'd cared less what other people thought, not their loved ones, not their close circle, other people, the neighbor's opinion, the cousin's judgment, the stranger's assessment, the invisible audience they'd been performing for their entire adult lives. One woman, 87, sharp as anything, said, "I dressed for 40 years for a crowd that wasn't watching." That sentence lives in my chest. The people whose opinions you're rearranging your life around, they are thinking about themselves. They are not thinking about you. You have been performing for an empty theater. Do the thing, wear the thing, say the thing, live the thing. The crowd was never there. Follow me. I'm collecting these answers and sharing every single one. My therapist fired me at our last session. She said I was done, and the reason she gave me, I still think about it every week. She said, "You came in here trying to fix yourself. You're leaving knowing there was never anything broken." I had gone to therapy at 58, later than I should have. carrying 30 years of things I'd convinced myself were my fault. The failed relationship, the dream I abandoned, the version of myself I'd quietly stopped believing in. I spent the first few sessions giving her a list of everything wrong with me. She listened. Then she said, "Who told you these were flaws?" I didn't have a clean answer, because when I really traced it back, the voice that narrated my shortcomings wasn't my voice. It was assembled, borrowed, built from comments and comparisons and the 1,000 small moments when someone made me feel like I was a problem to be solved. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a person to be known. There is a massive difference. And the sooner you stop trying to fix yourself into someone else's acceptable, the sooner you can start becoming fully, unapologetically you. Follow me. I share this kind of thing every single day.